those numbers anyways. Other quarterbacks have struggled against the Jets this season, and Trevor was able to do what he did. And so I think that he earned that. It was kind of funny because seeing on Twitter, obviously you do the votes, like you could vote on Twitter. And I saw Dilla had reposted it because Trevor was losing by like quite a bit for a while. Dilla reposted it, and within like a couple hours, Jags fans just went crazy and started voting. And that's only a portion of it. Yep. But I still think, I mean, and that just shows how Jacksonville can come and rally when you need them to also. But, I mean, it's deserved. Trevor had a fantastic game. The last few games, we've talked about how much better he's gotten, but that was something that there was not much to pick at negatively when it comes to that game. You talked about there was a couple throws that, you'd probably say, but that happens every single in any game in the NFL. So congrats to Trevor, because that was a good one.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you make history, deserve player of the week, maybe player of the month. I don't know. Throw that in there. We'll see how he does this weekend. But it is just hey, man, listen, from the way he played earlier in the year to the more consistent way he's playing now to the, towards that elite level, if not elite level, man, it's just that's a great story in itself.
For sure. When we talk about a 17-game schedule being a marathon, this is what we mean. You can start off the season not playing great and finish the season by going to the postseason. Or you can start off the season playing great and it peters off quickly and you look up and you're not anywhere close to the postseason. I
mean, let's be honest. And everybody, I think, or not everybody, not a blanket statement, but expectations change. Like, you go and thinking, well, I don't know how they're going to be. Then they go 4-1. You're like, well, man, I expect, we go all the way. You're going to beat the Rams' ass. Yeah, you'll take care of Seattle. And then they don't. And you're like, oh, man, I don't know. And then, they're up and down. And then they get on this run, and but that's the best part of football and following your football team, when they go through those things, as long as the ending's towards happiness, you know what I mean, not where you're fumbling and stumbling and killing your season. So it's a great time. It's an emotional thing, right? We're all emotional, all excited. I see, it's funny. Going to the gym this morning, this guy's working out with this vintage Jaguar. I've never seen him before in the gym at all. Vintage Jaguar, like, jacket. And people got their hats. I mean,
working out in a jacket?
Oh, yeah. He was working out with it. Like, it was from, like, the old school.
You can't work out in a jacket.
Yeah, it was like a windbreaker type jacket. But he zipped it up. And, man, he was trying to sweat. But, I mean, you just see it all over the place. It's great. It's a great time to be alive here in Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, you think about the emotional roller coaster this season in general, and we've mentioned it a lot of the teams that have unexpectedly been good or the teams that have unexpectedly been bad. The quarterbacks, there's injuries all over the place this season. A lot of people are battling that. We're seeing today Tua get benched, and they just went on a 4-game win streak before that where people are like, oh, man, the Dolphins are playing good football. And then Tua gets benched, and now Quinn Ewers is going to be starting this weekend. So
life comes at you fast.
Oh, yeah, that's how quickly it happens in the NFL.
Yeah, I think what we've learned about this team in totality, with obviously still 3 games left to play, is they want to play obviously very physical. That, regardless of who the opponent is, this team wants to play physical. They also want to run the football. I think that's a part of physicality. On defense, they want to take the ball away and they want to stop the run. Everything else, we've seen bits and pieces, but we haven't seen anything else, I feel like, be as consistent as that. And then also a nod to the first-year head coach, Liam Cohen. That's one thing I know for sure, is he's not going to make huge in-game coaching errors, even though he is just in his year one.
No, it's all been obviously positive, 10-4 in the way they've been ripping off wins, as of late. We're going against a very physical Denver team, right? And we out-physicaled the last 4 opponents for sure. I think the Raider game was pretty physical on both sides. I thought Genti ran pretty dang hard. He was bouncing off guys and that type of thing. But overall, we out-physicaled them. That wasn't the case with Seattle, and that wasn't the case with the Rams. So we got to make sure that we match that same. What we've seen the last 4 or 5 weeks, we need to see this Sunday. You're going to have it on Sunday because they're great up front on the O-line. They're great up front on the D-line. And look, we're great too at times, and I would say we're very good. Our O-line has been playing a lot better.
Pleasant surprise.
By the way, the 32 sacks that they've given up, 14 were in 2 games, so you could say maybe they just had a little, rut there. Overall, they've been very good. So that's the test.
Yep.
And I think they will. I'm not questioning that at all. I think Liam will have them ready. I think they know what it takes. Look, their O-line is built in a way where they have to be physical. Now, you could say that about every O-line, and most O-lines are, but they're not like massive guards, 340, just road graders. They got to move. They got to pull. They got to get out in space. They got to get out for those screens. So what do they need to be? They need to be really physical, right? It's like, a fighter. If he's got faster hands, he can whack you in the face more times than you. He's going to get you and sting you enough. They're like that, and they're feisty. And I think it's really, Ezra really turned it on. But I think Hainsey, man, I think he's brought that glue together, like, hey, this is how it's got to be played. And remember when Gladstone said why they grabbed him? Like, go watch the one game last year he did play. He was after his guy all game long. That's the kind of guy we want on our team, and it shows. And you have that kind of thing. And I've said it before. If your O-line's mean and nasty, everybody else is going to want to be mean and nasty, and you're going to be. You have to be this Sunday.
And I think a ton of credit has to go to the organization for shifting the philosophy, and Tony Baselli obviously leading the charge there, but also, yes, Gladstone bringing in guys that fit that mold, and also the guys that were already here, like Cole Van Lannon was here, right? Like Ezra Cleveland was here, and Anton Harrison was here. These guys took the next step. Sean Surratt, the offensive line coach, obviously helped them, but they did what they needed to do in order to become an offensive line that, again, has been so much better than what a lot of us worried it would be.
Yeah, I think in general, this team, when you talk about the buy-in that a lot of these players and the ones that have been here as an example, but some we've talked so much about, like Devin Lloyd and now Antonio Johnson, the way that he's been playing. Some of these guys, ETN, that people were starting to write off and be like, okay, what are we going to do with them? Like, we're going to have to try and trade them, or they're going to be gone, and you got to figure out that position group. The offensive line's included in that, but several guys defensively are also included in that. That Parker Washington, another one on the offense that I feel like, not saying people were trying to kick him out, but it wasn't like, oh, this has to be a part of this roster next year, And now some of these guys have had these spots now where the fans, the media, and I'm sure the Jaguars inside the building are like, we want to keep these guys. They deserve to be here. They've earned their spot, and they're playing their butts off. And we're seeing that all over. And I think that's a huge buy-in to James Gladstone, to Baselli, to Liam Cohen, just how Coach Camp, how they've just kind of came in here initially and said, this is the type of team we want. If you don't fit, and we saw it, I mean, they get rid of Ingram and Kirk and these guys, Tyson Campbell and Bigsby. It didn't fit. And so they had this mindset of what they thought fit this Jaguars, what the Jaguars and how they could win. And the guys that stayed are buying in, and the new guys feel like they're clicking pretty well with each other right now, and the guys that have been here.
I think the guys they kept love football, and the guys they brought in love football. That's what they wanted. And they wanted to make sure that they understood that you better love the game of football if you're going to be on this team moving forward. So they did a great job with the guys. Now, granted, that's not a blanket statement. Some guys they may have had to keep because of contract, but they're playing pretty darn good football, and they are, the buy-in is, it's easy to buy in if you're built that way, and that's what they did. They assembled a group of guys that are built to buy into that philosophy. Yeah, we love football. We're going to do whatever it takes to be a winning football team. We know we got to be physical. I mean, that O-line, the attitude's just different. You see it. You see the way they're finishing blocks. You didn't see that last couple of years. They're just getting guys' ways, and try to block them. But these guys are moving them and slamming them into the ground, and it's like phenomenal. Like,
and it's fun to watch.
And you've seen it over and over. And you've seen it from Anton. You've seen it from Cole. You've seen it from all of them. Hainsey, all of them. They're finishing their blocks. That's an attitude. Like, that's how we play. This is how we're gonna play O-line here in Jacksonville. And you get the right guys that already have it in them, and then you just keep building it. Like, hey man, you're doing great. This is what we want, and it's a great firestorm, man. It's absolutely. And then, like I said, it triggers to everybody else. Everybody wants to be that way.
To each of your points. Contagious. Oh, absolutely. To Taylor's point, I can't imagine what this team would look like right now without Travis Etienne. Obviously, there were those trade rumors. Liam Cohen addressed it early in camp, like, absolutely not. We're definitely not trading him. I can't imagine what this team, the wins, would that have been affected? I think it would have without Travis Etienne. And then to your point, Tom, it's easy to buy into a culture that's winning. These guys bought in to a culture before they knew if it would work, before they knew if Liam Cohen would be a good head coach in the NFL.
But they had it in themselves already. You know what I mean? That's why it's a match. You know what I mean? Like it's. And I'm sorry if I know I cut you off.
Like the free agents that come this offseason, when they need to buy into this culture, I think it's going to be a lot easier to buy in because the foundation has been laid. Like it's impressive to me, guys like Josh Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker, who have been through, especially Josh, has been through several now different regimes, and they bought in not knowing if it would work or not.
Yeah. Well, and I think going back to last year, some of the guys that were on the team last year and are here this year didn't feel like they had that same energy last year. And so I think that when you talk about what the regime and how things have changed this offseason, not saying they didn't have it in them, but I think everything last year just felt like it was a mess, especially by December. And because of that, then you felt like guys, I mean, there was nothing changing in December. It almost felt like everything was completely falling apart. And it's completely opposite right now. You're feeling like they're on this stride now where they're like, we can beat anybody.
Yeah, and look, the buy-in, if you don't buy in, you're not here. I mean, that's their message, where before I don't think that was the case. It was like, well, okay, he'll be a pro eventually. We're not going to do anything to him. We're not going to bench him. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to, whatever, keep making the same mistakes. But whatever, this new regime is different, and it's a fresher breath air, man. It's old school and it's new school with the innovation, but it's that old school accountability. It's just being delivered in a different way. You know, they're having fun. You know, their coach will reward them when they do well. He'll say it to them. He'll say it to them in front of a crowd, say it to them personally one-on-one, and then he'll get on their ass when they don't. And I tell you, every ball player that I've ever played with that was built that way, that's all they want. You can yell all you want as long as I know you're going to praise me when I do well, and as long as it's fair and it's not biased and it's no agenda and, you know, it's consistent. Like, we can all handle that if you have that inside you. Now, if you're a guy that, you know, doesn't like to be yelled at, you might not be, you know, a perfect fit for that. Yeah. So that's where that buy-in and the match, and it's great because guess what it means? All organizations like to say, oh, we're all on the same page. We're all in alignment. We're all in alignment, blah, 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 blah. These guys, they're all in alignment from Tony to James to Liam. They all want the same kind of player and person inside that locker room. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and it needs to come to play. That team needs to come to play in that culture on Sunday for sure. All right. One important player was not at practice earlier today. We'll discuss that and more. Keep it right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
4th and goal at the 1. They set up in the eye.
When you add up the moments and break down the best,
it's a hostile environment.
You're left with a performance-painting, high-performance play of the game.
Up in the air, it is caught!
On 1010XL.
Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi are on a mission to sell 2,000 vehicles this December. I've instructed my team to take every reasonable offer. We won't lose your business over price. Thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs priced to move. Get year-end savings, top dollar for your trade, and the easiest car buying experience ever. But hurry, these deals end when we hit 2,000 and we ain't leaving nothing on the table. Make it a December to remember only at Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi.
Lauren Brooks here. With over 1,800 five-star Google reviews, it was a no-brainer to have Closets by Design help us get organized at home. They create custom storage for every space, lifestyle, and budget, from closets to garages to laundry rooms and so much more. Closets by Design will transform your clutter into seamless organization. I know, because that's what they did at our house with our 3 closets. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation before the holidays, so hurry up and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. 18-month financing is available. Call 904-878-9393 or find them online, closetsbydesign.com.
Helmets and heels.
Protected by
Green Law Group. For the insured. Fighting for you.
Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true, quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing, no shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
He flies under the radar.
You don't find this guy, he finds you.
Stealthy Hayes Carlyle
Best thing I can do is point you in the direction of his competition.
takes you behind enemy lines. Activated by Pella Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out. You need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house. Because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
If you're listening to 1010 and you're a parent, chances are your kids are playing sports. Check out i9sports.com with spring and summer registration open right now. In the gym or on the field, and now at Tocoi Creek High School and Westside Middle. Check it out, i9sports.com.
Look around and we know you've got options for gasoline, but those other places, they're not in the business of more. At Shell, that's what you get every day. Members get more rewards, more savings, more special offers. You'll even get 10 cents per gallon off of your first fill when you sign up and save on every fill after that. Choose to get more and more with every drive. Join the Shell Fuel Rewards program today at fuelrewards.com. Offer valid at participating Shell locations. Offer must be redeemed within 60 days of registration. Limit 20 gallons. Restrictions apply. Visit fuelrewards.com for more information.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, so where do we tee off?
Tee it high and let it fly.
He's got a beautiful backswing.
Oh, he got all of that one.
Tour news, local updates, and the latest gear. Cut a few strokes off your game Saturday mornings at 10 with the Edwin Watts Golf Hour on 1010XL.
When all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. I'm Dr. George Bari, and like me, I know you have been bombarded with PRP and stem cell treatments from companies that promise the world and charge prices to match. Or the surgeon that convinced you the only way to treat your injuries through surgery. At Bari Orthopedics, we offer the best PRP treatment on the market with prices that won't cost you an arm and a leg. We also have the expertise to treat your injury surgically if that is what it entails. We can discuss all surgical and non-surgical options with you and make sure you get the best treatment available. Come see me, Dr. George Bari at Bari Orthopedics.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Taylor Dahl, Tom McManus, RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks with you. Josh Hines-Allen, elite pass rusher, was not at practice today. Neither was rookie undrafted free agent Danny Strigow, but we knew that he suffered the ankle injury in the win over the Jets. Josh Hines-Allen, to my knowledge, doesn't have any injury issues. You have to wonder when it's around the holidays, is this a family thing or something, unrelated to that?
Old man rest, maybe, just giving him a little rest.
Maybe, I suppose you'd think you'd still see him maybe working off to the side if it was rest, but yeah, I suppose that's a possibility.
I don't remember him getting hurt in a game. Do you guys remember him limping or getting dinged? But you never know, obviously, but... hopefully it's just, something minor. And
let's hope it's not a hand injury because then
everybody has a club.
And Josh would all have clubs on their hand.
We'll have to come up with a nickname for the clubbers.
We clubbed up.
Throwing them out of the club.
Clubber Langs.
But yeah, obviously, hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully it's just a personal matter or something that's unrelated.
Yeah.
But if Josh Hines-Allen weren't able to play on Sunday, I do think that drastically changes what your pass rush is going to be able to do.
Yeah. I would think so, and I would say, Mr. Green, the second, get ready. Yeah. Get your engines ready, man. We're gonna need you. Give him a shot, but hopefully we're nowhere near that. You never know in today's, especially with the Jags, they don't talk about injuries. They're gonna let anybody know anything.
Surprise,
Even Liam after the game, like, what's up with Trevor's hand? I don't know. He threw 6 touchdowns. Next question.
You'll find out when the injury report comes out on Wednesday, which later today we'll find out, obviously, or we'll get the first official injury report.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it affects things, and not if Josh Hines Allen isn't out there. That is, and people even in the beginning of the year when you weren't seeing the direct sack numbers, you were still seeing him affect things. And in every other category that you could rate, he was up there in pressures and QB hits and everything else that you could do. TFLs. I want to say he was even on that list, the top 10 of got defensive edge guys that have forced turnovers too. And sometimes that's getting the hand on the ball. Sometimes that's just being in the quarterback's face. There's many levels to that too. But he's in all of those categories. So even in the beginning, that first half of the year when we weren't talking about sack numbers, Josh Hines Allen affects offenses so much. So that is something you definitely do not want to happen this weekend. And a game where that's already an offensive line that we're talking about being one of the better ones that this defense is going to face. You want your best players out there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Look, early in the season, I do think he was that record. Not that he was too focused. Just it was get it out of the way, and then don't even think about it anymore. Because he has definitely upped his game. Since then, he has been a pretty much a force each and every week in the run game, pass game. He is harassing people. Sack a game kind of thing. So, yeah, we definitely need him out there. That would change the pass rush. That would put a lot of pressure on Campanile to come up with some kind of manufactured, type things. Look, Gardeck showed he can rush too, get him out there a little bit more. You would hope, I would like to say Agba, but they don't use Agba, and he hasn't been what I think they had hoped him to be, at least, to date. He hasn't really done that much. So, you got to adapt and improvise. I mean, if that, one of your guys is out, you just got to figure out who's going to replace him, how you're going to scheme it up a little bit to help your guys out and make them, win. And but hopefully we're nowhere near that. Hopefully that's not the issue. But listen, when these things happen, you're like, why? Wait a minute. Why isn't he out there?
Yeah, we at least have to discuss it, just like when Trevor Lawrence did show up on the injury report with an ankle injury.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to at least mention that. By the way, speaking of TFLs, which means tackle for loss, Trayvon Walker had his 32nd TFL this past Sunday against the Jets. That put him as 6th in the franchise all time.
Wow.
Okay. 6th in the franchise all time for tackles for loss. That kind of surprises me. It feels like he hasn't been here that long in order to move up to that place.
Yeah, but most of his tackles are at the line or behind the line. He does. By the way, he made a real great hustle play last week chasing someone down. It was a big time to catch him from behind. But most of his stuff is at the line or behind.
And he's so good against the run.
Oh, he is.
We've seen him basically swallow people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a guy that loves to play football. You can tell by the way he gets after it. I'd like to see more in the sack production. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he would too. Mm-hmm. 2 years in a row at 10 plus. 10 and then 10.5, but he's hoping to get up there. Hopefully he can turn it on, and obviously the club's been part of the problem, I'm sure, which
Especially
makes sense if he's still good against the run, right? That means he can punch. He's just having trouble, getting around and maybe with some speed moves. But hopefully it clicks because we're going to need him. Whether Josh plays or not, we need that other side to keep being that force and just, smother that QB. Like you said yesterday, Taylor, Bo Nix very fast. You don't want him to get out. You got to get that rush. We got to contain him and swallow him, and make sure he can't go anywhere, which is a big-time challenge. But, again, I'll go back to what I said, I think, Monday. Eric Armstead, our Friday guest, needs to have a monster day. He needs to go up against their guards and just give them hell all day long. Their tackles are very good, and Bowles and McGlinchey. We finally found McGlinchey. Remember,
We found
that guy finally.
He was lost.
He was lost. So in my brain, he was lost, but we found him. But they've got a good O-line across the board. Don't get me wrong, but I think where they can be had is Eric Armstead being that force over those guards and really making stuff happen, which will loosen everything else up. And I'm just counting on him to have a monster game.
Yeah, between Devon Hamilton and Eric Armstead, that's where that
D-Ham too.
Yeah, that interior pass rush and also stopping the run obviously comes in handy. So I was looking back through my notes as far as the stock up, stop down following the off-season workouts. De'Ami Brown was stock up, Travis Etienne, Dewey, the cornerbacks, Jordan Lewis, Tyson Campbell, Buster Brown, Devin Lloyd, Mason Smith, Emmanuel Ogba. So a few of those with Brown, obviously Tyson Campbell's not here anymore, Devin Lloyd, was a good one, but then Mason Smith and Emmanuel Agba, obviously they haven't done it. Mason has played a little bit more.
Mason has lately, yeah. He's making himself
Agba
known.
has been pretty much inactive.
Yeah,
as of late.
an inactive player.
Yeah.
Mason Smith needs to come on too, and he has lately. He's not making big splash plays, but you can see him holding his ground at the line of scrimmage. He's not getting pushed back. He's doing a pretty good job. And I think if you sat down and watched the tape, and I haven't play-by-play watching him specifically, I think you'd probably say, yeah, he's done an okay job, pretty good job. So we need those guys, man. You need that interior to help with those outside and make sure they don't get a running game going, which they shouldn't. They've got that R.J. Harvey. I know he's got a rib injury. You know where I'm aiming. I mean, I'm punching him in the pile. Maybe you get him in the esophagus area. That would, kind of get him right there and hurt him. But, listen, it's a physical game, and he's a physical player, but we'll see what happens with him. But
do you wear extra protection when you have
I'm sure. Yeah, he'll wear those jackets. What do they call them? I forget what they call them.
Not a straight jacket.
No, I can use one of those.
Not a bulletproof vest.
A flak jacket, I think they called it. Yeah, but listen, it's we're gonna need our big boys up in the middle to take care of business, and then of course we know flipping it around. They're very good up front. Denver's very good. They're not easy to move, and they don't always need an extra guy to get to your quarterback. Sometimes you may have the extra guy, and they still get to your quarterback because they are a very good pass rushing defensive team, and they're very good against the run. You see the run stats. I'm sure you've already seen it. We're number 1 in yards. They're number 2 in yards given up for their defense, right, per game. They're number 2 in yards per carry. We're number 3, but it's 3.8 to 3.9. So it's tight. I'm telling you, these two teams aren't that far off. I know they're only 2 wins away from each other.
Most penalized teams.
Both of them have a lot of penalties.
Which I feel like because Liam Cohen's, it's his first year and it's a new offense. I'm not as surprised about the penalties with that. I'm very surprised that the Broncos have been that penalized with Sean Payton.
Yeah, and some of that too. I would have to go in, and I don't know what theirs are. I know a lot of ours were a lot of pre-snap early, a lot of those illegal formations we were seeing early. I don't know what theirs are specifically, but a young quarterback, I think, has those issues sometimes too when it comes to things, and so I would guess that a lot of theirs were probably similar in the beginning of the year. A lot of jumps, a lot of illegal formations. We've seen a lot of those across the league this year. But those young guys, when they're trying to kind of grasp offenses in this way, a lot of times will get those type of penalties.
Yeah, we have 117. They have a 112. Another close statistic.
Not one
between
you want.
These two teams. No, but at least you're playing each other, so I guess there's gonna be a lot of flags on Sunday.
I did not know this, but NFLpenalties.com breaks down the penalty breakdown
by what they are. Yeah.
Yep. So for the Broncos, 24 offensive holding. So I'm gonna let the guys know. Obviously, the defensive let them know to make a big
get the silicone spray out.
Yeah, make a big make a big scene.
Yeah.
Anytime
so that also makes you think how much aren't being called too, because we're talking about how good this offensive line is. If it's getting called a lot, they're probably getting away with a decent amount too. So make it obvious.
Sure the refs, defensive pass interference 18, 15 false starts. So back on the offensive line. Offside 9, delay of game 6, offensive pass interference 5. So make sure that the guys are aware of that. Defensive holding 5, unnecessary roughness 4, roughing the passer 4, illegal contact 4, face mask 3, intentional grounding 2, illegal formation 2, and then there's a few other.
What can you rip off ours at the Jags?
Yes.
If
give
you
me
can
a second.
Get to it, I'd like to know what the comparison is. Ours a lot of pre-snap, a lot on offense, I would imagine, but some on D too. But
I got it.
Yeah,
definitely some PIs.
22 false start and offensive holding, both for those.
22 each or
22
combined?
each.
Okay.
False start and offensive holding. 12 defensive pass interference, 8 unnecessary roughness, and 8 defensive holding, 5 illegal contact, 4 roughing the passer, which some of those are crap, 4 illegal block above the waist, 3 intentional grounding, 3 delay of game, 3 illegal formation, 3 neutral zone infraction, and then there's a bunch of 2s, including illegal motion and illegal forward pass.
Okay.
I feel like the illegal motion there was way more than 2.
Yeah, it feels like it. Well, illegal shift.
And there was a few of those that I feel like we all kind of categorized as one chunk of.
The one that makes me smile is the unnecessary roughness. I just think
with 8.
Yeah.
Twice as many
the
that
one
the
was
Broncos
with BT
have.
in the end zone. That was a little weak. He barely touched. I mean, let the boys be boys.
Well, and
sometimes.
that's what I'm hoping that the refs this week have realized that these two teams are highly penalized and just let them go at it.
You're going to be throwing flags all day. Even when you look at the total net, because they break it down of, the flags you've gotten and the flags your opponent has gotten. The net yards, the top 5 in the NFL most net penalty yards is Chicago, Denver, Tennessee, Philly, and Jacksonville. So both of them are even in the top 5 for that. So not the stat that you want, but it's both. They have the issue too.
Yeah, absolutely. All good. May the least penalized team win.
I'm not even going to say that because I think the Jags have won
Or the
important
most penalized
games.
team
Yeah,
win. Who cares?
exactly. Just let the black and teal win.
That's right.
All right, we've got a giveaway when we come back, and Tom has his takeaways. Keep it right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
This is Helmets and Heels.
Fought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
Hey, Duval, here's your chance to be face-to-face with the Jags as they take the field on game day. Jump in the shadows and experience the Jaguars like never before. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows for your chance to be part of the action. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C., 18 and older. Entry periods for the sweepstakes are from 8/4/25 to 12/21/25. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank, N.A. member FDIC.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com.
Give a unique gift this holiday season with a custom-made candle or body care product from Wick, a candle bar. Make your own product in the store with over 90 fragrances at Wick, a candle bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Get ready to celebrate December with Best Bet. We're giving away an incredible $660,000. Kickstart your holiday fun at all Best Bet locations with the 12 Days of Christmas High Hands, $500 giveaways during Clockwork Cash Out on the table games, and big cash high hands all weekend long. And don't miss out on thrilling tournaments like the $30,000 guarantee GoPo 300 at Orange Park and daily tournaments at all Best Bet locations. For details, head to bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Here's hoping for a raise the roof football season. And here's knowing Next Gen Roofing is up for any job. Game day or storm season, you need a team you can trust. And you know what? You don't need a glitzy roofing company. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, no nonsense. Solid roofs at competitive prices and a commitment to the First Coast community. Right now, save up to $300 on your next roof replacement. When you need a roof, you need Next Gen Roofing. Team with you, it's a win every time.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here for Big Chief Tire. Right now, you can get 6-month financing through the CFNA credit card and $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. It's a smart way to handle big vehicle needs like new tires, brakes, or repairs without the upfront cost. With no interest for 6 months, there's never been a better time to schedule. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers to find out more. We're talking a competitive, guaranteed base salary with bonus opportunity, comprehensive paid training programs, and promotions based upon performance and top shelf benefits. It's all waiting for you. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers. Florida Home AC, equal opportunity employer.
This football season, make Hurricane Grill and Wings your game day getaway. Sip on handcrafted cocktails like the Millionaire Margarita or enjoy an ice-cold Bud Light. Game day drink specials are here all season. Find a location near you at hurricanewings.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Oh, Saturday sun, I met someone out on the West Coast.
Christmas is almost here, so we are here to help you with your holiday shopping and really your holiday giving. We have $100 to Hello Smooth Med Spa plus $75 from Wick, a candle bar. You will absolutely love both Hello Smooth and Wick. For more great gift ideas, check out the 1010XL Holiday Gift Guide at 1010XL.com. The standard question I shall now, oh, by the way, caller number 2 at 641-1010. Call number 2, 641-1010. How much of your holiday shopping, Tom, that you're responsible for, not your wife, that you're responsible for is done?
I think I'm done. I think
You're done. Oh, you make it look
you.
easy.
Yeah.
I'm proud.
Taylor?
But I don't,
You are not responsible for that much.
No, like we're going away for the week, so I had to take care of that. So
That's true.
That's something.
You will not be getting
That's
gifts
true.
under the tree. You get an Airbnb.
No, my girls said we all figure it out. They help me out.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, Mama helps me out. The girls help me out. It's all.
Yeah,
it's all
they
good.
make it easy for you.
Yeah, they do
Good.
for sure.
Taylor?
That is good. My family we don't do gifts like we used to,
Nice.
honestly.
Right.
We're also all over the place. A lot of times we're not even together on Christmas anymore. So it's not quite the same as it used to be for us. And we focus more on the kids now because everyone has kids, and my grandparents have great grandkids now. So they focus more on that. And then I focus more on like nephews and cousins' kids and stuff like that. So unfortunately it shifted from me getting presents to the kids. But it's okay. It's okay. It's fun. I loved gift. Like it's one of my
Love languages?
Yeah, one of my love languages, and so I still will. My grandparents, I'm like, okay, well, I still got you something, and then they get mad at me, and I'm like, I'm going to, like, I have to, but we don't make it a big thing.
Yeah, our trip is us being together. You know,
and that's the most important thing at the
we've
holidays.
got, there's a couple boys kind of around, and next thing you know, they're going to be wanting to go on these trips. So this might be the last one for me and my lionesses.
They
as I
have
call
to
them.
have a ring on that finger before they're invited on the family trip, right? I'm just kidding.
I don't know about a ring on the finger, but they'll be sleeping outside. That's for sure. I'll find them an outhouse or something.
An outhouse?
Hopefully that's not exactly what you mean.
Not
but
an outhouse, but you know what I mean.
like
Something
a mother-in-law
outside.
suite. Yeah, that
or
would be
tent.
better.
I don't know.
Sure, tent works.
Yeah, sleep on the I don't know, the table out back.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We don't
Gotta
do
earn your way in.
a ton of presents at this age either. It's much more time together.
Yeah.
Good.
It's the best.
Yeah, good meals together is the most important thing, and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty much done at this point too, which is also good because the three of us are traveling.
Yeah.
all in the
All
near
traveling.
future. RJ, how about you? How much of your Christmas shopping is done?
0.
Okay. I figured one of us would be behind schedule. I just wasn't sure who it would be.
Normally I'm last minute, I guess, but this year's a little different.
I feel like that's when the ideas come to me. It's like push
Yeah.
comes to shove.
Yeah.
That's the 23rd of December. Oh,
This is a good idea.
that's what I need to
Why didn't I think of this before?
Yeah, and then you see all the traffic. You're like, why did I even come out here?
Yeah, we have been.
amazing.
Brian and I have had to go to the town center on Christmas Eve before, and we made sure we went the moment it opened at like 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
the employees are like wiping sleep from their eyes, like
unlocking the door as you're walking.
we're like
up.
we're in, we're out, and beating the traffic.
It gets. I live very close to the town center, and I avoid at all circumstances once it hits this time of year. It's just chaos. You can't get anywhere. It took me 1 year. We had a Christmas thing at Maggiano's, the family. It took me 35 minutes to get out of the parking lot just from Maggiano's to the main road in front of the town center. And I was like, I don't want to do this. Isn't fun. Like, I'll go to Maggiano's not during Christmas time.
That's right. That's right. Well, hey, good deal that all those people do, though, because we need the business,
Yeah,
right?
we need that.
I'm glad you all like to do that.
And the people that work
I
through
try
this
not
time
to.
of season, too.
No
out
doubt.
there.
Absolutely.
For sure. Be nice to those employees.
Tip them a little extra if you can.
Oh, yeah.
If you can.
Yeah,
If
there
you
you
can.
go.
And they deserve it, of course. But
I didn't know we
I try
tipped
to.
retailers, but okay.
Well, doesn't
like
everybody
Maggiano's
ask
a
everybody? Yeah, Maggiano. They
Well,
tip.
restaurants, I was thinking of the stores.
Oh, no. But they do. Some weird stores do ask you for tips. You know, you're like, huh?
They're like, there's an extra button to push before you pay now. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You go to Williams-Sonoma to tip on this pan? I didn't know. All right, time now for Tom's takeaways.
Now,
Okay, it's go time.
Tommy's Takeaways. Jacked up by J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We are here for you. Veteran owned and operated.
All right, my takeaway for today and this beautiful Wednesday is twofold. One is, yes, it's a great time of the year with Christmas and the holidays and New Year's coming. It's even more special for me because today, 26 years ago, I asked my Christina to marry me up in Chicago. It was fantastic. We went to the signature room on the 95th floor of the John Hancock. I'll never forget, after she said yes, of course, this old couple came by and they were celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. And they're like, congratulations. Like, well, that's a pretty good sign right there.
Yeah.
We went to Neil Diamond front row at the United Center. My buddy Southside Joey got us this ridiculous limousine. I'd have to show you pictures, like hearts on the back, triple axle. Like, it was only the two of us. And then we went out all night till about 4 o'clock in the morning. It was absolutely phenomenal. We had a great time. So that's one. And I already told my wife happy anniversary in that regard. Number two is ETN, who's had a very good year. But running the football, he has not been as effective as we need him to be. He had a really good day against the Arizona Cardinals. He rushed for 5.7 yards per carry. And that's a good clip.
Yeah.
But ladies, let me throw this at you if I may. Since after the London game, 3.8 yards a carry against the Raiders, 3.6 against the Texans, 3.8 against the Chargers, 5.7, which was very good, against the Arizona Cardinals, 2.3 against Tennessee, 3.7 against Indianapolis, and 2.7 against the Jets. Now, he's been effective with receiving and doing other things, but we need him to get back to the beginning of the year where you're seeing, well, 8.9 is a little, tough to get, but you're seeing 5.1, 4.1, 5.5, 6.5. He had a couple smaller games sprinkled in there, but it seemed like the running game was much more effective, and I think we're going to have to pound the ball. Now, they stopped the run, like we said, very well. You're going to have to mix it up, but we do need a big game out of ETN. And by the way, I'll take the 3 touchdowns receiving if the run game doesn't go. I'm not saying that, but I do think we need to really get the running game going in order to win this football game. And that's my takeaway today, brought to you by my good friends at J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
Yeah, I think you aim for that. The high 4s, low 5s at least. That's where you would like him to hover around.
5,
And I think that part of it may be you needed that a lot more early on in the season. Like the run game was the only way the offense could really get going, and obviously that shifted a little bit since Jacoby Myers and Britton Strange has come back in the way that Trevor's been playing. So maybe in part is that you had to rely on it to get to function early on, and it hasn't been that. But I do think this weekend you're going to need to be able to run the ball, and you talk even more so. It's a good run defense, so you have to have ETN on his A game this weekend, and the backs in general, but especially Travis Etienne when it comes to getting down, especially converting some of those short downs.
Yeah, I'll also take where he 28-yard scamper against Indy. Right, he had 2.7. So factor that in, what it must have been without that run. Right, not very good.
Right.
But we'll take a sprinkle in of a touchdown or a 45-yarder like he had against Arizona. Those kind of clips. With the chunks, if you will. But they're going to need another big game out of Travis Etienne Jr. He's up for it.
Yep.
He's going to eclipse 1,000 yards this week, rushing. I mean, what a great story. You just talked about it earlier, Taylor. Everyone, what we thought earlier on, Tank Bigsby's going to be the number 1 back. Yeah. You're like, I don't know. Here comes Travis Etienne. He looked pretty good from the start of camp. Remember the one time, who was it that chased him down and knocked the ball out really early in camp?
Was it Jordan Lewis?
It was either Jordan Lewis or Jerry Jones, but I think one of those guys. And the play was over, but he let up at the end, and they knocked it out, and everyone went,
oh, no.
Like, it was like the first day or first week or something, and then after that, you never seen, knock on wood, anything like that, and he's been absolutely fantastic. And again, credit the O-line, but credit the backs hitting the hole at the right time. A lot of times the timing was off last year. I'd watch that tape, you'd be like, man, why are you missing that? But this year, they're seeing the holes very well. They're making that one cut and getting upfield. You got to get north, right? You can't go east-west. You can for a second, but you got to make sure you get up there and then outside. But they've done a good job overall. But they're going to have to play their A game, the run game, this weekend, I think.
I can give you a few of Trevor's. So since the bye against the Raiders, 2.7, so not great. But then the next week, average yards per carry, 7 against Houston.
Yeah.
And then not great again, 1.8 yards per carry against the Chargers. But then 5.8, 8.3, 4, and then 10.2 against the Jets.
But you don't want him leading.
And,
It's
no.
okay, though, if he does and you win. I don't care if in that case. But
yeah, but I do think that that's where that balance has been. Like, Etienne hasn't necessarily gotten that great yards per carry, but certainly his quarterback has when he's rushed the ball.
Right. Well, the scramble's a scramble. So that's, you know what I mean? It's rushing the football, but it's not like a called type run type thing. But, yeah, we'll take it. However we get the yards, doesn't matter. But they're both going to need big games. I think Trev with his legs is really opening things up for him personally and making him feel better about his game. And it's effective as heck.
Yeah. The interesting part, too, I feel like those jet sweeps that we've seen, I feel like we've seen those sprinkled in week and week out. Those are not your favorite, the way I'm looking at your face?
It depends who's running them.
Like Brian Thomas Jr.
I love when he runs them. And I like the Tootin one they did last week. And I think Jacoby's okay, but he wouldn't be my first. Brian Thomas or Tootin would be my first choice. They just have that extra gear.
Sure.
And on that, either you catch them really off guard or your guy needs to have an extra gear to get that past that one defender.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Or they blow it up and then it's a terrible call.
That we don't like.
No, we don't like bad calls. We do not like bad calls. Not many of them been made, though.
No.
I'll tell you, and that's the thing. Like Liam's going to continue to get praised for getting his guys open. He is scheming these wide receivers open. They're open, and his quarterback's delivering on time just like he wants them to, and it can be a beautiful thing when it works.
There we have it. Another beautiful thing, Taylor's Tangent and Chick-fil-A lunch to give away. That's on the other side. Keep it right here on 1010X on 92.5 FM.
He's our big hitter.
I'm Jaguars Today's middle linebacker, Tom McManus.
He tackles Jags talk from a middle linebacker's point of view. Fridays on 1010XL. Protected by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The new Ackerman Cancer Center is now open at World Golf Village, providing state-of-the-art screenings and diagnostic exams with no referral required. Same-day appointments are available. Call today or visit AckermanCancerCenter.com.
Hey guys, Taylor Dahl here of Helmets and Heels. The Chick-fil-A Peppermint Chip Milkshake is a holiday tradition that's back for another season. Hand-spun the old-fashioned way, this festive peppermint-flavored milkshake is made with Chick-fil-A ice cream dessert and features chips of crunchy peppermint bark. It's minty, merry, and topped with whipped cream and cherry when served in stores. Order in the Chick-fil-A app today.
This is Helmets and Heels.
Fought for you by Green Law Group on 1010XL.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. If you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space and just haven't pulled the trigger, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures right now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business. Spring will be here before we know it. So give them a call today and upgrade that area that needs it the most. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Tell them Prosser sent you.
My knees took a beating during my 11 years playing quarterback here in Jacksonville, and Southeast Orthopedic Specialists continue to stay on top of my progress. This is David Garrard, and I'm highly recommending Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
You don't have to be a professional athlete to enjoy the personalized attention you'll receive at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Let them take a look at your issue and put you on the road to a swift recovery.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
December 17th, 1991, the Cleveland Cavaliers throttled the Miami Heat 148-80. The 68-point margin was the most lopsided game in NBA history.
Duval Fence is looking for the best in fence installers. Check out DuvalFence.com right now and fence in a great job opportunity. From estimates to installers, they're looking for you right now. Log on to DuvalFence.com for all the details. Equal opportunity employer.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rate to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Prosser here, and with Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours. Wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, saved $2,100 a month. So don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out your high-interest debt. 904-999-1508. And you can see how much cash you can get today. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
The holiday season is the season of love. If you're getting engaged now or just looking for that unforgettable gift for the woman you love, Beards Diamonds is here for you. This Christmas, Beards is proud to showcase the world's premier designers in both bridal and fashion. Like Crown Ring, engagement rings and bands fit for royalty. Crown Ring brings your dreams to life with a vast selection of styles and spectacular precious metals. Beards is showcasing the entire Crown Ring collection with unmatched craftsmanship, design, and comfort. Beards Diamonds is the town center's local jeweler. So at Beards, you never have to settle for corporate chain store quality. We've put together our best selection ever of exquisite jewelry for the holidays. From the newest designer styles to classic diamond studs and diamond bracelets, with your choice of natural or lab-grown diamonds. Whether your holiday budget is a few hundred or a few $100,000, the experts at Beards will help you find the jewelry that reflects your love. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Tom McManus, RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks with you. Time now for Taylor Dahl's Tangent.
Now, Taylor's Tangent, served up by Chick-fil-A on 1010XL.
I've got a clip to play today. This is a tangent on something I have done it on before, but another situation that has I've just recently become aware of. So I wanted to play the clip first. We'll do that, and then I'll go on to what my tangent is on today.
NFL was crying and forced me to take my shoes off, represent my daughter out there, and it says Ella on the front of them. They're freaking cold. So I was like, I'm wearing them. You know what I mean? Regardless of what they say, I'll take the fine. I don't care. And I noticed my guy, Nico, one of our equipment guys, is on the sideline, and he's literally holding the white cleats under his arm. I went up to Nico. I'm like, what? They're bitching about it? And he was like, well, they're going to take you out the game if you don't change your cleats. I said, I'm finishing this drive. What? I swear to God, I said, I'm finishing this drive. And then I got a sack on my last play in those cleats. So it was fire.
That was Max Crosby talking about he wore pink cleats for his daughter. They said her name on them, Ella. He did it because he says that she could never, when she's watching the game, it makes it easier for her to find him. So she was like, can you get pink cleats so I can easier when I'm watching the games? NFL, can we worry about other things? I've talked about this before when it comes to, they're so weird about some of the stuff when it comes to cleats, when it comes to even like shirts, and that some people have their certain shirts that hang out that they don't like that. And then they don't like certain socks sometimes. It's just such weird things. And I feel like we just have bigger problems we can maybe worry about. And I've mentioned this before when it comes to domestic violence, when it comes to, sexual assault. There's a lot of other bigger things that I think maybe we could focus a little bit more on than a man wanting to wear pink cleats for his daughter in a game. And so it's just frustrating. I feel like priorities in the NFL are so weird. I don't know why it bothers you so much. You talk about the NBA. The NBA used to be really strict about the players' shoes. Now they don't. It's kind of just whatever, wear what you want to wear. And I feel like we need to get to that point. Nobody cares. I know certain things they probably don't want, which is funny with the white cleats. They want you to wear white cleats, but the white on the side of the sideline and stuff, you would think they'd want to have like pink cleats so they could see those plays a little bit better.
Yeah, I bet it's
their month, and
it's their month,
right?
Which
great. It's for a great
fantastic,
cause.
right? That's just a big machine. You probably know this, but every team has like a uniformed police guy on game day, and he'll come up to you and be like, hey, man, you got to pull up your socks. You got to pull down your knee pads, or where's your thigh pad? And they'll find you. They'll just write it up.
Job.
And it's normally a former player, so it's no big deal. Like Johnny Rember was our guy. He's awesome. We love Johnny. He'd just be like, yo, T-Man, you got to tuck in your shirt. I'm like, all right, no problem. I tuck in my shirt, but it's, it's the big machine wanting what they want.
Control
and,
over everything.
if you can't. I can't believe they would take him out of the
That's
game.
what I'm saying.
That
You've
just
seen the
seems so-
fines,
Fine
and
him,
it's
yeah,
fine.
but-
And he said, "Okay, fine me." But then
Right,
to
that
make him
seems
take out of the game, I didn't even know that was allowed to say you're going to make a player not play because of a cleat. Like
Yeah.
I've heard the fine many times.
Right.
You know.
I'll be honest with you. We don't have time this segment, this hour, but I don't know why a coach or a player can't complain about the refs. I don't know why that's such a no-no. Like what if there's a questionable call that costs you the game? It's emotional. Why can't you get up there and be like, you know what? Whatever you want to say. I don't know why they're so protected.
Yeah, me
You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. What are you worried about? You think fans are going to be like, oh man, they're yelling at the refs, I'm not going to watch. No, they're going to watch more. They're going to want to see even more of it.
Yeah.
It just seems crazy, that
That's
kind
a
of thing.
problem.
But yeah, that seems weird. And I love what he said at the end. Yeah, but I got a sack in the last play, and that was pretty fire. So good for him. I like Max Crosby.
me too.
He plays the game the right way. For sure.
When I was reading about this, because I was trying to figure out why he had the pink cleats in the beginning, but he also apparently, I guess, had a custom face mask made, and it was like in honor of his sobriety, which I guess I didn't know he battled with for a while.
Yeah.
And so he had a custom face mask just to kind of, put some notice onto that and to support, kind of encourage other people and stuff. And the NFL made him get rid of that too.
Yeah, that seems over the top.
I mean, here's what I'll say.
Would you do some history on that?
No, I'll just say that the NFL knows that it's homogenized product as far as like the uniforms looking the exact way that they want them to helps fund their greedy machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that players wearing whatever the heck they want to would make the NFL less money, but that's what the NFL believes, is that putting its product out there that looks a certain way and has the limited amount of commercials to the point where the game is 3 hours and 5 minutes basically is what they'd like. Like they have it down to a science for everything. So the equipment goes into that. Yeah. And that's where, that's what they believe. Whether Roger Goodell is right or not, I have no idea.
Yeah, it just seems odd sometimes to what the NFL does. Even with you think about the halftime show. Shouldn't it be for the people that actually watch the games week in and week out?
You're talking about the Super Bowl halftime show?
The Super Bowl halftime. Bad Bunny, whatever. I don't really care. But at the same time, you're like, who's that for? People that don't watch, that are just going to watch the halftime, do you think that's going to make them watch the second half?
Yeah,
I wonder what the marketing thought is, I don't know. It just seems odd to me, I mean, to me, it should be, that halftime show should be a celebration for all the fans that spend all that money for all your teams in every city, give them something that they all like, not one small section may like.
What I don't like is that you have a standard 15-minute halftime from the preseason until the end of the postseason until you get to the Super Bowl, and then it's a little over 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't like messing the rhythm of what players are used to and things like that, but that's a whole other conversation. All right, let's give away some lunch.
Yes, free lunch to Chick-fil-A. Give us a call at 641-1010. Let's say caller number 2, you get free lunch to Chick-fil-A today.
There you have it. Keep it right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
There's a certain romance to radio play-by-play.
We need you to be all strong and hot.
Experience the most play-by-play sports on 1010XL.
It's December. You need cash. You also need a new Kia Fast. At Kia on Atlantic, you can get both because it's our year-end cash bash. And during the Kia Season of New Tradition sales event, make no payments for up to 6 months. Or take advantage of 0% APR. Hurry and get to the year-end cash bash. Online at KiaOnAtlantic.com. Kia on Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection. For complete details, call 904-250-0587.
Helmets and heels.
From the Greenlaw Group Studios.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
Learn everything you need to know about the Jaguars on Duval Rundown. I'm Hayes Carline. Join me each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning at 9:04. You can find Duval Rundown on all the social channels of 1010XL.
Driven by Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside.
It's your boy, Big Sirs, All-Pro lineman and lemon pepper guy. Nothing screams game day like Wingstop. But get this, every Saturday and Sunday this football season, score big with Wingstop specials. Order a 15-piece wing pack online at wingstop.com or Wingstop app using promo code JAX10 and get $10 off. That's right, carry out or delivery. It's your call. Use online promo code JAX10 for $10 off at 50-piece wing pack. Fire up your game day order this weekend with Wingstop.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Ready to upgrade your home? It's Renewal by Anderson's 31-day sale. Buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. But this offer expires December 31st. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Jacksonville is full of memorable sports moments. Just recently, Cam Little was good from 68 yards to set an NFL field goal record. You know who else goes the distance? The team at Coil Fencing. Coil is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and has been serving the Jacksonville community for nearly 100 years. From sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love to tough chain link for your commercial project. Coil does it all. Visit CoilJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
San Jose Collision is hiring for an automotive detailer and porter. If you're detail-oriented, dependable, and love working with cars, apply in person at San Jose Collision in Mandarin. Valid driver's license required.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Did you know that individuals over age 60 have great results on Awaken 180? See how you could drop weight and get off your medications in just 3 months with Awaken 180's Golden Program. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
When plumbing problems strike, don't settle for just any plumber. Make the superior choice with Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. We don't just fix leaks, we fix them right. With honesty, fair pricing, and innovative solutions that can save you thousands. From camera inspections of your pipes to trenchless pipelining that repairs cast iron pipes without tearing up your yard. We go way beyond the drip and clog at Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. No gimmicks, no upsells, just superior service every time. Make the superior choice. Learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Happy holidays, Googans. Santa Dan here. It's the holiday season, and that means hopefully more off time with the fam. Need a solid gift idea for the spouse or a specific family member? Beaches Dermatology can ensure that your special someone gets a great gift that won't break the bank and won't go hidden in a drawer. Botox, skin treatments, you name it, they have it. Take care of that spouse of yours this holiday season with a gift from Beaches Dermatology. Call today or go online at beachesdermatology.com.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Local sports update brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. Jaguars running back Bashal Tutin will be undergoing surgery on his finger after suffering the injury during Sunday's victory over the Jets. Tutin's expected to miss some time, but could be back on the field in time for playoffs. Travis Etienne will continue to see a heavy workload as he's currently 10th in the NFL in rushing yards with 949. It's 66 degrees at 3:03. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Taylor Dahl, Tom McManus, RJ Saunders. I'm Lauren Brooks with you on this Wednesday afternoon. I will tell you, we were talking about it yesterday, how this week has already felt discombobulated. I woke up this morning and I was like, I have to get the recycling out, like now. Our recycling is always full, but I realized it's Wednesday and recycling goes out on Thursdays. And so I literally was like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah, my brain too. And I also had a dream last night that I flew to Chicago and forgot all my winter stuff. So I got up there and had no jacket, no gloves, no hat, anything. And I woke up this morning like in panic, like I'm going to freeze. What am am I gonna do? So my brain's all over the place. Also.
I tell you what, I get dreams where I can't find my equipment and the football game's going on. Like I'll be underneath the stadium, like trying to find my stuff. And
Where's my helmet?
And they're playing. I'm like, what quarter is it? And it keeps going, and I can't find anything. It's the weirdest thing.
I can never get anything accomplished in my dreams. Like no matter what it is, if I'm trying to run somewhere, call someone, pack a suitcase, get somewhere on time, like literally nothing. And it's so frustrating. By the way, the weather for Denver changed again for Sunday, got a little bit warmer. Yesterday, the high was low 50s. Today, the high is 55 and now 30-degree low. So, 55 and sunny. I feel like for a Floridian, that is going to be, perfection.
I wanted to share too, Lauren. I told you this on break, but the one text that made me laugh.
Yes.
So this is from 6221 on the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, because we were talking about all the penalties from the two teams, and somebody texted in and said it almost sounded like she was singing the football version of the Nights of Christmas, which is the 12 Days of Christmas, is what he meant. And he was like, 6 false starts, 5 offensive holding, 4 leave games,
and a partridge in a pear tree.
That's good.
Yeah. I found that funny as well. All right, let's get into Lauren's Lane.
Now, Lauren's Lane. Opened up by Closets by Design. Imagine your home totally organized.
What's coming to Lauren's Lane today is just my, oh my, how fickle fan bases can be. A few weeks ago, the Gator Nation was devastated, right? All the fans in Gator Nation were devastated because Lane Kiffin decided to go to LSU, not to Florida. It was the end of the world. Fast forward just a few weeks, you have the hiring of John Summerall, you have the hiring of the assistant coaches, and now Gator fans are all in on Georgia Tech backup quarterback Aaron Philo. He is going to come in now that DJ Lagway is entering the transfer portal. He's going to come in, and because he has this great relationship with Buster Faulkner, the new offensive coordinator, they're going to bring Florida to great heights. I'm not guaranteeing Philo goes to Florida. It's just all the rumors that you're seeing on social media. And so my, oh my, how fickle they are. I mean, I can include myself. Just the sheer change that a few different decisions can make can leave you crying, and then all of a sudden telling everyone, shouting from the mountaintops, yes, we have hope. Yeah. And as long as Jaden Baugh stays and Dallas Wilson, we know Miles Graham is staying, and players like that, Vernell Brown III, then this team is going to be just fine, and they're excited about the future.
Oh, yeah. Which I have heard rumors that Jaden Baugh might enter the portal. I've been hearing those recently. But because when you look at a lot of list of potential running backs that'll be available for some other schools, that he's one of the first ones that pop up of names to look out for. But yeah, I mean,
that doesn't surprise me. And by the way, he can't enter the transfer portal. See how much more he can get from Florida and stay.
Yeah.
Or sure, he may decide to
just see options. And that's what I kind of felt. That's what I always thought Lagway would do, more so just enter to see, what's out there.
No,
he said goodbye.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's funny because I think like Hayes Carline, for example, it was just furious and went on his rant of how this is terrible and they screwed up and everything's a mess. And 1 week later, he was like, "Let's go, Summerall." And I was like, "That's how quick it happens." But I also think that you have certain expectations. I mean, for weeks and weeks and weeks, it was like Lane Kiffin's going to Florida, like it's going to happen. And there were certain people. I don't think our show was ever convinced that was the case. Other shows on our station were. They were, thought it was a very high chance that Lane Kiffin was going to Florida. So when that's in your mind, the letdown of the initial, I didn't get the guy that I had been talking about for a long time, or that big splash name, the name that everybody in college football world was talking about. You don't get that. So the letdown initially comes with that. And then you kind of calm down and you relax and you look at things and you're like, okay, let me take a step back and see what this means for the program moving forward, the difference between a Summerall and a Billy Napier. And that was part of it too, the connections between that. You automatically started linking those two names of it's going to be the same type of person. And then you started hearing maybe it's not, and you saw his personality a little bit more. You've seen the staff he's starting to build, and a lot of people like the things he's doing in that realm. You don't know until they play a football game. So right now, all you can do is have hope that this change and this kind of refresh right now is going to be good, because there's a lot of talent on the team. They've lost several guys recently, or at least guys entering the portal. Does that mean they're gone? I don't know. But you still have this refresh that feels nice, unlike a Florida State, for example, who has Norvell, and a lot of people don't want Norvell there.
Yeah, it's a reset, right? And it's a season of hope, and you should feel hopeful with the new guy coming. He's saying all the right things. I mean, you want to feel good about it. You're not going to know till they get going, obviously, next year.
Well,
but
he's still coaching Tulane, so
Man,
you can
yeah,
watch,
right.
you can
You gotta
watch them
do
against
that.
Ole Miss.
Yeah, you can. You can. And then as far as the kid from Georgia Tech, I mean, look, if the coordinator's coming from there and he knows the kid, I'd be like, hell yeah. I mean, you know what you want. You know what kind of offense you want to run, right? And you know what guy is going to work it for you. You've seen him in practice. You've seen him in your program.
Well, and he
I get
played when
that,
Haynes
right?
King was out, and
Yeah.
then he also is the all-time leading passer in Georgia history, the state of Georgia history, which means he eclipsed Trevor Lawrence's records once upon a time. Yeah, I think fan bases are just always going to be up and down. We
Ride
talked
the
about it
wave.
with Ohio State and Ryan Day. Once upon a time on a hot seat, won the national championship. Like literally, Ohio State fans wanted him fired last season when Ohio State lost to Michigan for the third straight year.
Yeah.
And then you've got a fan base like Alabama, and we'll see how that shakes out once we see Alabama take on Oklahoma. If Alabama gets the doors blown off, I would not be surprised if you start to hear Kalen DeBoer a little bit on the hot seat again, which is why some people thought, well, then that's why he'll just go to Michigan.
Yeah.
But those fan bases have those expectations too. Like that's what makes college football so special, and I understand frustrating at the same time.
Yeah.
But that's why once upon a time, Steve Spurrier wanted to leave the University of Florida because he felt like every time he lost, everyone was furious. Instead of celebrating the wins, they only focused on those losses and the failures.
Yeah, it's a high pressure when you're in a program like that. You know that, and like you said it best, the expectations. We were talking about with our Jags the first hour, kind of same deal. You expect certain things out of the team, and when they happen, great. When they don't, you're all ticked off about it. But it's just crazy with college football and the way it's going. But at the end of the day, you still have a lot of pride in your program. You want them to win. However, the landscape has changed. It's changed, but you still want your team to win, and there's still expectations. And different schools have different expectations. Like Franklin going to Virginia Tech. I don't expect him to bring them to the national title game ever. Like I just don't see him doing
I bet
that.
their
And I wonder if
expectations
they
are
what are
make
their
the college football playoff.
Yeah,
Now that it's a 12-teamer. If it was a 4-teamer, I don't even know if those could be the expectations. But with a 12-team playoff, if James Madison and Tulane can make it,
which we know that
I'm sure about Tech does. By the way, speaking of other schools, did you see Boston College's new ACC schedule for next year?
I did, yeah. So I saw the home and the away. I didn't see when exactly they were
that's
playing.
what you've got for now. So home, Boston College plays host to Florida State, Pitt, Syracuse, and Virginia Tech, speaking of the Hokies.
Okay.
And then traveled to Duke, Georgia Tech, Miami, SMU.
Some good
Tough sledding.
Yeah, that is. That's a good one. Good. We can hopefully turn it around at 9-2 instead of what were we 2-10? I think we were 2-10 this
I
year.
feel like that was like pretty much Notre Dame's schedule this year that people said was easy. I mean, too easy.
Yeah, 2-9.
Like literally, I think 5
That's
of those.
tough. 2-9. We had 2-9 once when I was at BC. We had 3-8, 2-9, and 4-7. Yeah, it was brutal. And then we finished 8-3-1, which was great my last year. But those years are tough, man. Those years are tough, and there was nobody was leaving. Like I'm out of here.
But also nobody was coming in either.
Yeah.
I mean, besides freshmen. It's not like you could pluck
they
players from
didn't do
other
that
schools.
back then much. There
Florida
weren't many
State's-
transfers.
Yeah, Florida State's schedule, home against Clemson, NC State, SMU, Virginia, at Boston College, Louisville, Miami, Pitt. So obviously these rosters change year to year. We have no idea what these teams are going to look like as we head into next year. I don't even know who Florida State's quarterback is going to be when it comes to
Get the money out, get the checkbook out, and try to buy that team. I mean, that's what you're doing. That's what you're selling these days.
Yeah. Did you also see the ACC announce that they would be changing their tiebreakers after they had Duke versus Virginia in the ACC championship
Oh, I did see that.
this year?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's
They're
smart.
like, let's not do that.
Correct. Adjust with the times.
For sure.
All right. More to do on the other side. You are listening to Helmets and Heels on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
It's the one they put in high gear.
Keep going. We got to keep going, keep going, keep going.
It's the Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville drive of the game. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville on 1010XL.
This holiday season, let Bono's Catering do the cooking so you can enjoy more time with family and friends. Frank Frangie here. Bono's has been serving Jacksonville's best barbecue for 75 years. Holiday catering's available with full smoked turkeys, country hams, and all the fixings. Be sure to order online at bonosbarbecue.com or call 904-332-7427. Plus, you could give the gift of Bono's Barbecue. Buy a $25 gift card and get an additional $5 gift card in-store or online. Remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
Lauren Brooks here from my friends at Terminix. When mice and rats show up in your home or business, they can be a real pain. You need them out.
From the Queen Law Group Studios.
Helmets and heels.
All this week, experience an international sporting event for free. The Predator Pro Billiard Series happens daily at the Hyatt Regency Riverfront. Admission is free, no tickets needed. Clear your schedule, grab a friend, and see top pool pros from 40 countries compete in both men's and women's tournaments. This is high-stakes, high-skill, championship-level billiards. Don't miss the Predator Pro Billiard Series all this week at the Hyatt Riverfront downtown. Details at probilliardseries.com.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, I'm worried.
You? Really? About what?
Well, I like to have a little seasonal potluck. You know, invite some friends and neighbors and guys from the office. But if the food gets spicy and the party gets rocking and that old toilet in the two-piece can't handle the traffic, well, what if my drain backs up right in the middle of everything?
Dude, imagine you're wearing my sunglasses.
Okay. Shoomp. Whoa.
If you're planning to host a holiday party and a blocked household drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, call us and tell us. The drain clearing experts at Bueller Air & Plumbing will unclog your drain for free.
You do that for free?
It's Christmas.
Yeah, but for free?
The holidays can get pretty hectic. If a clogged drain line threatens to ruin the whole thing, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hayes Carline is our special agent. He goes into the locker room to uncover insights about your favorite football team. His mission is to bring it back to you on 1010XL. Special Ops support by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Ready for huge holiday savings? It's the Expert Automotive Giving Garage. This Christmas, they're driven to give back. Bring in any new wrap toy donation and get $50 off any service. That's $50 off repairs, diagnostics, or maintenance just for helping a child. Plus, they're giving you 50% off your oil change, $50 off any service with a toy, and 50% off oil changes. The Giving Garage at Expert Automotive. They never sell greed, only what you need.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron, totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens, also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings, and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Tom McManus, Taylor Dahl, RJ Saunders. I'm Lauren Brooks with you. All right, I have a very important question to ask y'all. Yes, and I did not prepare you for this, so you're going to have to fly off the cuff.
Okay.
I will start with you, Tom McManus.
Oh, great. Let's go.
You're going to be just fine. What does Duval mean to you? The chant Duval, what does that mean to you, former Jaguars player?
It means a community of toughness.
Okay.
Yeah, blue collar, close-knit, togetherness, us against them.
Yeah, Duvalers all y'all.
I mean, I've always felt the people of Duval and Jacksonville overall, they know football.
Mm-hmm.
They know good football. They appreciate hard work in football. They appreciate physical football. They know when you're not putting your effort in. They can see it. They know football, and I just on top of that, I just think they're together. And I think that means a lot. So it's a special place. Yeah. It really is. So that's what it means to me.
Unfortunately, Duval also knows bad football, but
yeah, but they stick together.
Yeah,
There's a lot of loyalty, no matter what. And there's also the group that, wavers, but that's okay. That's sports for you.
Yep, the fair weather fans.
The diehards, they stick together, man. And
yeah, they were out in the rain a couple Sundays ago. If you were out during that game, I put you in the diehard category.
Yeah.
Not that you have to be a diehard to,
No, I know
or
you're
not that you have to go to games to be a diehard. I'm just saying if you were in the pouring down rain, you're a diehard.
Confirmed.
Yeah. Yeah, Taylor, what about you?
Yeah, I think for me, because my age group were like 3, 4, 5 years old when the Jags came into existence. So to me, it's very nostalgic, very growing up, very I like the word together, because I feel like the group of people that I grew up with, that's all they know is, it's the Jaguars, and it's the city, and this is kind of embracing being able to have an NFL team, and you know how lucky you are to be able to be one of those cities that host that, but you also know how lucky you are to have a fan base that we've talked about, the little things of like players being able to just go to the coffee shops and Angie Subs and whatever, and you running into them and being able to feel like you have a friendship almost and a connection with these players. And I think that with that, it's kind of built into this thing where, and I'm speaking just because of the people that I'm around constantly and in that 30 to 35 age range, and that's what it's everything. Like it's everything to them because that's all they know. I mean, they have pictures of themselves at 2 years old with their pom-poms and their shirts, and that's just kind of it's what they bleed, the black and teal, and that's what it is. And I always say that even when I travel and I go other places, and the jokes are always like, Jacksonville doesn't have fans. And shut up, because yes, they do. I mean, they have some of the most loyal and, to your point, knowledgeable. Like when you go to a Jags game or when you go out and watch football, these people are talking to you about everything in the game, not just like, oh, I know the quarterback's name. They know everything. They can talk about every single player in the offensive line and the history of all the bad that has happened, but then the good in, the late 90s, early 2000s, and they can tell you everything. So it's deeply rooted here, and especially in my age group, because it's everything to them.
Yeah.
By the way, happy early 35th birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
that's
Saturday.
right.
Yeah.
When is it, Saturday?
Saturday.
Holy
so that
cow.
means you're going to be more in the 35 to 40 age range.
Yeah, that next box now. It's already getting kind of far to scroll down to my birthday at this point.
I know. When it does the years that you have to scroll through, I'm like, all right,
this is taking
come
a while.
on.
What does it mean to you?
Yeah, I think growing up to, so I was in 7th grade pretty much when the team came to town, and for me, it's family, because I went to my first game with my grandfather, and I think it's also like the city, it represents the underdog mentality that the city has. To your point, like we work really hard. Pittsburgh is known for that, being like, the steel city and people that are blue collar and stuff like that. Jacksonville, I feel like, because we have the ocean and the intercoastal and the St. Johns River, people don't think of us as much as being that like tough, hard nose. Like I think they think of us as golfers and beachgoers, right? Boaters. But like
I think we're Miami.
yeah, and we are not Miami.
No.
No, we have winters here, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, the underdog mentality of the fact that we did get an NFL franchise when no one thought we would, but because we always loved football so much and we supported the Gator Bowl. And certainly my early memories of going to Jags games, they were so good. Like this team was phenomenal. And then even through like the early 2000s, still really, really good. And then, then there was that lull. But 2017, you talk about uniting a city everywhere you went. And I'm hoping that we're entering that stretch right here too. But everywhere you went, everyone was talking about the Jags, was wearing Jags gear. And I'm certainly starting to see that more and more. But I think it just represents like the best that we can all be. Like college football will fight, tooth and nail, like cats and dogs. But with the Jags, every single person that lives here, even if you're not from here, you're welcome to be a Jags fan. And we're all unified in that one sentiment. And I love how loud Everbank Stadium gets. I think that's one of the things that makes me so proud coming from the swamp, right? And how loud that stadium is. Like Everbank Stadium, we will cause some false starts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't when I'm in the press box, but trust me, like
Coach Campo still tried.
Yeah, absolutely, he did. But that's what it means to me.
Good.
So I was just going to read one off the text line because it's similar to kind of what you said. But on the text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures, 4472 said the Duval chant is like screaming, "We are all one in this together," and that's pretty much what we are all saying in a way. But it's a perfect way to say it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it doesn't leave St. Johns County out, by the way,
No,
or
all the
Nassau
counties,
County,
yeah.
or where
They're all
Baldwin.
together.
Like, it doesn't leave any of that out. It's just that's where the 904 and Duval. That's where the Jags play. So that's how it became, obviously. A thing.
And remember, before the Jags, like the USFL was represented here. The Bulls.
The Bulls, yeah.
College football, of course, Florida Georgia's always, the Gator Bowl's always been big. So I think we proved as a community that we're big-time football fans even before the Jaguars got here. You know, one of my favorite, if I may, you mentioned Pittsburgh. One of my favorite football movies is All the Right Moves with Tom Cruise. You ever seen that movie? Have you? Okay, so they're in the locker room before the big game, and Craig T. Nelson comes out, who was great.
I love
He's
him.
the coach, and they're all sitting, kneeling, and standing, and they're panning the crowd, and it's a melting pot of kids. You know, you got black kids, you got Hispanic kids, you got white kids, and he gets up in front of them. He's like, listen, we're the Polacks, we're the Wops, we're the Bang, this is who we are, but we're together, and we're going to go out there tonight, and we're going to win together. And every time I hear that, I'm like, that's what it's all about, right? And I feel like that's the Jacksonville Jaguar fan base. Okay, to that whole, like, let's look, us against them. We don't care if you don't like us. We don't care what you think. We're gonna give you hell if you do it publicly on Twitter, because nobody's more fiery than us.
right.
But yeah, I think it's that whole that 300 mentality, us versus them. Let's go. We'll take our chances.
I don't care your background. I don't care where you're from. I don't care your favorite food. I don't care what you do for a living or how much money you have. I don't care about any of that. We all cheer for the same team, and nobody likes us. Nobody respects us. So that's fine. And that's what takes.
We embrace it.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
takes.
okay.
That's what takes our Hall of Famers forever to get in. That's why it took Tony Baselli longer than it should have. It's why it's taking Fred Taylor and Jimmy Smith longer than it should have, and even Tom Coughlin.
I'll never forget, and I was really ticked off too. I was doing a show back then, and Matt Jones was playing catch with a fan in the stands, and they were down by like 41, and it was just getting their butts kicked. And you look at the sideline, guys are laughing, guys are joking, and we're having a terrible year. And all I kept thinking was about those fans are just going, they can't stand that you don't think highly enough of them to play your ass off in front of them, and you don't give a crap enough that you're playing catch with a kid in the stands during the game. I mean, I went on my own rant on the radio. I was so mad. I was like, what is going wrong? What's wrong with you guys? What are you talking about? You got to show this fan base what you're made of, man. They really appreciate that. I think back to now, granted, it was a different time. They appreciated the way we played. They also appreciated the way we were so welcoming off the field. Not maybe everybody, but the majority of us were, because the majority of us weren't first-round picks. We had them, of course, but we weren't, we were guys that got cut before or were left on the expansion draft or whatever, street free agent like myself, So I think that kind of, and we won a lot, so everybody got excited about it. And, because still to this day, people talk about those days. You see them, man, I loved it back in the day. And then you're always like, well, I hope this year, they can make their own memories. Because we do. We want nothing more. Former players want nothing more than this team to go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We do, man. We're not the Miami Dolphins who don't want anyone to beat their damn record. We're like, no, go win. Go do something better than we could do. We got close. And it burns every time. Trust me. 96 for me more than 99. Because I was hurt in 99, but in 96 I was starting, but both of them. And then all the championship years that we lost in the playoff, whatever the case may be. So, we want nothing more than this team to win. I think when we critique them, and you guys critique them hard too, it's almost like from that perspective, like we expect that tough, physical, never say die. You're going to find a way to win. You know what I mean? And they have it this year. I think Tony and Liam and James have brought that back, and we've been missing that with our team and our organization for a long time, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I think one other thing for me is Duval appreciates its military, and I'm not saying other towns and other franchises don't.
We're a military town,
but we are a military town, and so that to me also is mixed in with that whole Duval. Is like we appreciate that everyone who has served, and we know that a lot of our own have served.
Yeah,
and so I think that
we're all together. We got the military backing us up, so try that.
It is, and it's so funny because going back, I mean, you go on Twitter, and if one person says something bad, this Richard Sherman thing is a perfect example. You say something about the Jaguars or Jacksonville, and we will come after you. I saw a TikTok this guy posted. He came down, I guess he was a Jets fan, came down for the Jets game. Probably not happy anyways, but he posted this video on TikTok just like completely bashing Jacksonville, and he was like, no wonder they almost lost their team, like the city sucks, there's nothing to do, there was like one bar and blah 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 blah, and he's going on. And so I immediately knew, I was like, if any Jags fans get a hold of this video, they're going to go crazy. So I go down to the comments immediately. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of comments of people being a little mean to him, some of them, but some just being like, I mean, walk a couple blocks this way, or, you know, and going into details about a bunch of stuff.
Sorry, you
like,
don't have friends to
sorry, you have
tailgate
to live in
with.
Jersey is like some of the stuff going back to. And I was
we
like,
didn't
that's
almost
what
lose our team. Oh, by the way, we didn't almost lose our
Those
team.
are people go back to that, and we're just like, shut up. But it's just how quickly Jags fans. I mean, we have Jaguars back. It's kind of like the big brother or little brother, where you're like, I can pick on them, but you can't. Don't talk about don't talk about them that way.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I always say to those, they just don't know. You know, look, when we hosted the Super Bowl, we weren't ready for that, and we got bashed for it. And that's been a stink on us for a long, long time. We had a good time. I loved it. I mean, it was awesome, but I know the writers really ripped us. Not, you know, because they're babies. They want the free good food and the the best hotels and the easiest travel and all that. It was just challenging to get it taken care of. So they ripped us pretty bad. That hurt us for a while. But whatever, we'll get it back. We'll have a Super Bowl again, and hopefully we're the one that's in it. And it'll be in the new stadium. It'll be absolutely incredible.
The Four Seasons will be here at that point in time.
It'll be so much different. Yeah, so much
We're
different.
going to win that.
That's right. That is right.
That's right.
One spoken by one Jalen Ramsey. Those are different memories. All right, more to do on the other side. Keep it right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Catch Gators basketball on 1010XL.
It's Florida and St. Francis of Pennsylvania. Tonight at 6 on 1010 AM.
Awaken 180 weight loss. Awaken 180 weight loss. Hacker here for the best weight loss program that I've ever been on. You know, I hear some of my friends telling me about this medication they're on, or that medication they're on, or this shot they're taking. And I stop them and say, well, wait a minute. I lost over 100 pounds doing it the all-natural way with Awaken 180 weight loss. There was no medications. There was no shot once a week. There was the coaching I received from Awaken 180. There's the plan they put me on, and you see the results. Over 100 pounds of weight loss in less than a calendar year. The coaching I got was phenomenal. Not only did it help me lose the weight, it's helping me keep the weight off now that I'm in the maintenance program. Awaken 180 is the best weight loss program I've ever been on, and I tried them all. Go to awaken180weightloss.com, awaken180weightloss.com, or call 844-346-1800.
Frank Franzi here from my bank, South State Bank. South State has been committed to delivering world-class customer service that businesses like yours and mine can count on. From personalized support to cutting-edge banking solutions, South State Bank has blended the trusted traditions we all value with the innovation you need for tomorrow. Whether you're managing cash flow or investing in growth, South State Bank is here to help you move forward. Visit southstatebank.com or visit your local branch today. That's South State, member FDIC.
Helmets and heels.
From the Green Law Group Studios.
Frank Franzi here. Nimnik Buick GMC wishes you and your family a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And for the holidays, Nimnik Buick GMC has prices that are better than ever. You're looking for a dealership that actually makes car buying easy? Well, at Nimnik, you'll find unbeatable holiday savings, huge selection of Buicks and GMCs, plus flexible financing that fits your budget. Whether you're looking for a new SUV, work-ready truck, or certified pre-owned, they've got you covered. So don't wait. Start shopping at NimnikBuickGMC.com or visit the showroom off Phillips Highway today. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, fellow Floridians, it's Ben.
And Brianna Smith. We are foodies who love sharing recipes online.
And trying new cooking techniques on our new natural gas stove.
He loves his precise temperature control on the heat.
Yeah, I also love saving money and using less energy.
Oh, watch that flame.
So, who loves to be in control?
Now earn up to a $300 cashback rebate for installing a new energy-efficient natural gas range or stovetop. To learn more, go to peoplesgas.com/rebates.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers, or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that could possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. We have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at bariorthopedics.com.
Frank Frangie here to tell you about the coolest new thing, a putting green in my backyard that my friends at Sunshine Turf installed. Sunshine Turf can do the same for you. They'll come to your house, they'll create a custom design for your space, and you'll have an authentic golf course experience right in your own backyard. I freaking love it. Sunshine Turf is family owned and they made the process so simple. So visit sunshineturf.info or call them at 904-383-0243 and get a free quote today for your own putting green. Get it from Sunshine Turf.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
I wanted to read a couple quotes from, or talk about a couple quotes from Puka Nacua recently. One I just saw, which then reminded me of one I saw earlier today. But so Puka Nacua on a live stream on Tuesday, and on the same live stream, he made this other comment. But he said that he thinks that some NFL referees make calls just to get shown on TV during games. Was his comment. I think it's hilarious. I mean, we talked a minute ago, like, when can we call them out? Like, this is kind of a player's way.
Hockey with those biceps.
Yeah. He's like, look at my arms.
Yeah, I feel like they're always like, oh, yeah, let me throw that flag. So I'm right
He's like, false start and making a muscle. Doing it. But he also, on the same live stream, made a comment. They had asked him, who does he think is the most overrated playoff team right now?
Oh.
And he said, I want to say, I can't think of the exact quote, but I want to say he said either obviously or clearly the Jacksonville Jaguars is what he said.
Really?
Yeah, Puka said that. So when we talk about you're starting to get credit for some things, there's still these people out there, and this is your motivation that you use.
Well, his team beat our butt,
bad.
and he
didn't even play.
He didn't even play.
He literally watched from the sidelines
Yeah.
in London.
Can you imagine if he did?
No.
Might
And
be
that's
more worse.
That doesn't bother me that that's what he said. Like, that to me is not a disrespectful thing. That is with his own eyes.
Yeah,
he
he watched it firsthand.
And this is a guy who clearly goes over 100 yards most of the time. I
Yeah.
feel like that he plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just it is interesting because they were like listing all of the teams, like here's all of the the current playoff teams and who do you think, whatever. And so I mean they played the Texans, who they beat 14-9.
Yep.
They played the Eagles. They ended up losing to the Eagles. They played the Colts, who they won 27-20 against. They played the Ravens. They won 17-3, and then obviously 35-7 against the Jags. They beat the Niners 42-26. They beat the Seattle 21-19. They beat the Bucks 34-7. So that's a lot of playoff teams we're talking about that you could also, I feel like, categorize as more underwhelming than what the Jags were, but to your point, I guess the one game he watched, but there's some other butt whoopings in there of playoff teams that they took care of.
I lied. He doesn't have more over 100-yard games than not, but he has 5 games of over 100 yards, some of those closer to 200 yards, and then a couple games that are just under 100 yards. So Puka Nacua, we know, is super talented. Look, I think that also stems from this. His head coach is Sean McVay, who's Sean McVay's like little brother in the coaching world.
Yeah,
Liam Cohen. I think there is a little bit of that, like, yeah, I watched them suck against us, but B, like, our head coach had extra motivation to win that football game.
Yeah, the big brother beat up the little brother pretty darn good on that day. That's for sure. But that was a while ago. I wonder if they'll find Pakua.
For saying something about
the refs. I don't think they should, but knowing the NFL, they'll probably be like, you can't say that.
Well, if you can't wear pink shoes, you probably don't want criticizing the referees.
Yeah, I feel like live streams are not press conferences, and so I don't know that the NFL is going out and trying to find every single live stream
I
that
don't
their
think you got to
players
find that.
are
Try
on.
to find that one. It's out.
Oh,
What
yes,
if a
they're
coach
now.
said it?
ESPN posted it, so.
True.
What if a coach said that on a podcast? I don't know.
I suppose, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the answer. I'm just
And
wondering
I don't know if they can.
if they would.
If it's not like a team.
It's not sanctioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I like it, and I think he's probably right some of the times, But the refs been bad. It's just been bad all year, not just for our games, just across the board. It's
just been a lot of times where it just feels like too much laundry on the field.
Yeah.
Let them
we really don't have to throw the flag for every single
It drives me nuts in college basketball games when they call ticky-tack fouls. Like,
one
just
of
let
the
them play.
ones that drives me nuts is the way the old line lines up. Now, if they're way back, I get it, but they'll flag you if you're just a hair off.
Yeah.
The tackle's just a tiny bit behind the guard. And you're like, really? I mean, it's not like they're way off the line of scrimmage. They're on the line of scrimmage. I don't know. They get too tic-tacky for me. The PI's been all over the place.
Yeah.
It hasn't been consistent anywhere. I don't know. I say let them play. Let them bang a little bit, and you can't hinder somebody from catching the football, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't grab them and hold their arms down
yeah.
and all that. But if you're fighting down the field and they're both fighting, man, let them fight and then see how it shakes down. But yeah, no, the officiating's been bad. That's been a topic for a long time. Do you make them all full time?
Which they are now,
right? And are they unionized? They would think they are.
It's a
maybe.
good question.
They got to figure
like
that out.
Be.
I don't know. Maybe it'll get better now that it's a full-time gig,
Yeah, because that has been the thing for a long time. We'll pay them as,
Right.
full-time employees and things will change. But it's been an issue, and it's the biggest thing is when you get a game, and we've seen multiple this season. We've seen them in big games and big playoff games and in Super Bowls where one bad call has directly altered the outcome of a game, and that's what should not happen in any
Correct.
circumstance.
Yeah.
And yes, they are unionized. At least
are.
a quick
Okay.
search. They do have.
No, you're right. A game altering, like we saw it against Cincinnati, right?
Yep.
That
PI.
that was tic-tac.
Yeah.
You have to call that one. But it's not just been with us.
Yeah.
You're right. Those are the ones that leave daggers. And they're hard to overcome. And why shouldn't a player or coach be able to say that's beeping?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like at this point you're probably going to get fined.
I know. We're all getting fined this week.
Don't be surprised.
Here's my $10 I have.
All right, I want to circle back to the Jags-Broncos game that comes up on Sunday. Liam Cohen met with media earlier today.
All that much. It's usually 5-man rush, which you got a lot of one-on-ones out there and great opportunities for our guys to continue to take steps in the right direction and take it personally to protect the quarterback, especially in a hostile environment.
That was just for you. The shout out to Boston College.
Yeah, well, Zach Allen's been a beast for a long time. That was a great free agent move by Denver, grabbing him from Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean, you think about just listen to this. Zach Allen, 6.5 sacks. Benito, 12.5. Cooper, 8 sacks. He's the other outside backer. You've got a Jaquin McMillan corner who runs the blitz very well. He's got 4 sacks. John Francis Myers, the other DN, he's got 5.5. I mean, they're just littered with sacks all over the place, and they're coming from the back end as well. So going to have to be on our toes there. But look, at the end of the day, a team that's really good at rushing the passer, you would hope you can have a little success against the run and slow them down. The problem is they're really good against the run too. Mm-hmm. So, they're not this, defensive lineman that, only are good at one thing. They're good at everything. They're good at the run. They're good at getting after the QB. But this is who you're going to play in the playoffs. So let's go. I mean, it's go time. I mean, if I'm the Jags, I'm ready to go right now. Let's go out there and pick a fight with them or something. But I mean, this is what you play for. That's why it's so glorious that they're here, and this magnitude of a game in December, late December.
Do you love that it's on the road too?
I even like it better, probably. Just because I love that. I always, like I said before, I always loved going on the road. Just that whole us versus the world type thing. And I think the team this year buys into that mentality right now, and I think they're gonna do well on the road. And guess what? You're gonna have to go on the road at some point in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. You may host one game, maybe two. I don't know. It depends how it all wakes up. Maybe, yeah. Depends how it all shakes down. But You don't know if that's going to happen.
Super Bowl, at least.
Yeah, and it won't happen if you don't beat these types of teams, right? So you got a hostile environment, everything on the line. You're really close in almost everything as far as a team. I know the record's two games in their favor, but everything else,
sacks.
third down, they're a little bit better, but against the run, we're about the same. Against the pass, we're about the same. They're a little bit better, but not much. Their O-line is very good at 17 sacks, but again, our 32-14 came in 2 games, and that was a long time ago. So if we play the way we've been playing, we should be in that type of same category. So it's battle of the Titans, man, battle of the big dogs, and let's see who comes out victorious, and the one who loses will still get another chance. I mean, Denver's in the playoffs, right? No matter what, I would imagine.
They've already clinched.
They've clinched, right? Yeah. So they, even if they do lose, they're going to learn from it. And if we do lose, I still believe we'll get in. I know we haven't clinched yet, but it'll be a good learning. Just go back. I'll never forget when Coughlin played the Pats. Remember, like the last game, and he didn't have to play his guys, but he's like, no, we're going to play him and kind of figure out what they do. And I think the game was 38-35 that they lost, but then they played him in the Super Bowl and won. I think they learned a lot from that game, and this game could do that for our Jaguars.
Certainly, like you said, let's hope, though, it comes out with the victory.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I got them winning. I told you that Monday. I got them winning.
Absolutely. Yep. I wonder if I do, too. I mean, I always pick the Jags. No suspense there. All right, the pest of the day on the other side. Keep it right here on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Helmets and heels.
Backed by Green Law Group.
For the insured.
Fighting for you.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
This is former NFL quarterback David Garrard. If your knees have taken a beating and you're finally ready to do something about it, then let Southeast Orthopedic take a look. Come on, do your knees a favor.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hey, I know how awful it is to get injured out there, especially if it's because of someone else's negligence. Hey, this is Tommy Mack. If you get injured, there's only one number to call. It's Pound Law. That's all. Slip and fall, car wreck, wrongful death. It doesn't matter. Morgan & Morgan handles it all. The largest in the country, 100 offices, over 1,000 attorneys, $20 billion recovered for 500,000 clients. Now, that's the kind of team that I want. If you get hurt from someone else's wrongdoing, check out Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name Jacksonville Trucks. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
Checkmate.
I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, adorable mascot for Checkmate Coatings.
If you're thinking of refinishing your garage floor, there's 2 things you need to know about us. My family has been in the concrete coatings industry for more than 40 years.
And I was drawn 6 months ago by an artist in New Jersey.
Why is that even relevant?
Well, you said 40 years experience, so I had to give them something.
Over the years, we've worked closely with major manufacturers to develop a multi-layer application process that creates beautiful, durable, and long-lasting floors.
So even decades from now, your garage floor will look as gorgeous as it did the day it was installed.
Experience?
Check. Durable?
Check. Decades of experience making garage floors gorgeous? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com.
Bring your marketing to the next level with 3D Digital, your local video production and digital marketing agency that specializes in ensuring your brand story is seen, heard, and remembered. Our award-winning team creates professional content that will be launched across multiple platforms to precisely target your audience. Call us at 904-712-4004 or visit 3ddigital.com to define, design, and deliver exceptional results for your business.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning, then deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
1 segment to go here on Helmets and Heels on this Wednesday afternoon. And then I can't believe it, I won't be back with you guys until December 29th. We don't have a show tomorrow due to Jaguars programming. And then we fly to Denver Friday, come back on Tuesday. And then I'm off for Christmas and the next day and Christmas Eve. So it'll be December 29th by the time, all three of us do a show again together.
Wow.
It's a long stretch.
It'll fly by, especially with a victory.
Oh,
hopefully.
You know what I mean? It will. I mean, it looks like.
I guess by there, hopefully, 2 victories.
Yes.
Because they'll play the Colts on the 28th. So.
Yes. Yeah, that game, if the Jags don't win that game, things are not going to go well here in Duval if we lose to Phillip Rivers. Yep. All right, time now for today's Pest of the Day is always brought to you by our friends at Terminix. You can find them online at Terminix.com. That's TERMINIX.com. They take care of Everbank Stadium, ViStar Ballpark, ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, and all of your favorite event venues around town, like they do at our house. If you have any pest issues, I promise you can trust Terminix. All right, I'm just seeing this really sad story coming out about a soccer player who, at the age of 21, died in a car crash, and it was a single car crash. His name's Ethan McLeod. So the Pest of the Day is just this time of year, those tragedies that happen right before Christmas. Tragedies in general are always sad, but right before Christmas, for these parents to lose their 21-year-old is just extra terrible. It was right after a match. He was on his way home, and again, I don't know exactly what happened. They just said that he crashed into a metal barrier and passed away. Was dead on, pronounced dead on the scene at age 21. So just really heartbroken. But my thoughts and prayers for anyone who, like I said, has to go through this kind of a loss.
And everyone
right
drive
before
safe.
the holidays. And
Yeah, be
also,
safe out there, man. Take it easy.
Yes, well said. All right, let's say hello to the Frangie Show.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Hayes, as we're seeing that Jaden Bobb might be flirting with the transfer portal, how do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, that's to be expected. He's a great player, and he should test the market. So, hopefully he re-signs with Florida, but you got to understand that you got to listen. If Texas and Ohio State, are going to offer something, they might offer something that you just simply can't refuse. So, and I think another thing with Jaden Bobb, we see it more in the NFL, but the element of ring chasing. If winning a national championship is something that's a high priority for him, then, obviously you got a better chance at Texas and certainly Ohio State than Florida as it's currently constructed. So hopefully he sticks with the Gators, but totally understand if he moves on.
Yeah, it just reminds me, I guess, of the Trevor Etienne going, obviously leaving Florida.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're going to
Georgia.
lose, like in this day and age, I mean, it's like the Jaguars. The Jaguars aren't going to be able to sign all these guys, and they've only got a limited amount.
Right.
Imagine if all 53 could listen to the other 31 clubs. Right. Well, that's what your favorite college team is dealing with, no matter who your favorite college team is.
It is a disaster. Have you been to Mile High before?
I have. It's fun. It's a great environment. They've got a wonderful fan base, and it is a nice stadium. So, for the Jaguar fans that are going, they've never been, they'll have a great time. I guess the weather's supposed to be pretty good. So
yeah, it's high of 55.
Yeah, so
sunny.
you certainly take that. But yeah, it's I went the year that the Jags were like a 27.5-point underdog. It was when like Peyton Manning was at his peak there. And it was like a week 3 or 4 game. Posluszny actually had a pick six.
Made a pick six,
and
right?
The Jags
I remember that.
covered the spread. They lost by like 21, I want to say. But but it was it's a great environment.
I'm looking forward to it for sure. What's coming up?
I had a chance to catch up with Brenton Strange about an hour ago in the locker room, so we'll get to that. And Frank will continue to tell us all about Aaron Philo. So it should be a fun Frangie show.
Did Brenton Strange lay you out after the interview?
No, he's fantastic. I mean, but certainly,
that's what he does to everyone in his
If you're a
path.
Broncos defensive player, that certainly may be coming your way. That's
right.
So,
All right,
thank you guys.
sounds good. Thanks, Hayes. Yeah, I feel like Brenton Strange. He doesn't discriminate. You're going down.
Yeah.
Like we say,
him.
same with
He's
LeQuinn
become one
Allen,
of my
too.
favorite Jags.
Yeah.
He's Duval all the way.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's a scrapper.
That's right. Well, again, happy early birthday to you. Merry
Thank you.
Christmas to all
Merry
of you.
Christmas,
Safe travels to you.
Thank you so much. Safe travels to you, all, both of y'all as well.
All of
Merry
us, yeah.
Christmas, RJ. And but yeah, this show will be back on the airwaves on Friday, just without me. Do not worry.
That's
For
right.
Taylor Dahl, for Tom McManus, for RJ Saunders, I'm Lauren Brooks. These heels are made for talking. We will talk to you on Friday, but don't go anywhere. The Frangie Show comes up next, right here on the Superstation.